Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. You know, if you spend enough time in the woods, you think you've seen everything. Well, you know, it just seems to be a surprise around every corner. I'll put something over that, I guess. This nature moment brought to you by nature. Okay. Usually that means there's fog, but there's no fog this morning. That's the ferry over here at Point Defiance. I'm at Point Defiance Park this morning. Welcome back. It's a beautiful morning. It was supposed to be a lot more cloudy than it is, and I was hoping to be able to get in here and get some forestry stuff done. But it's starting out to be a bit more sunny than I thought, which is, you know, sometimes the case. The great thing about right now is the rhododendrons are out, and this is Point Defiance has a special section, and I'll put it up here what it's called. I forget what it's called, but it's a rhododendron garden thing. But the great thing is you have all this old forest, and then you have these rhododendrons that just explode with color. So I am here to try to find some of that, because it's great to have the greens and all of the stuff from the forest, but when you have these pinks and reds and purples and all these wonderful colors that you can put in the frame, oh yeah, it's great. So yeah, I got a couple hours, so I'm going to run around here and see what I can find. And if the sun will cooperate and kind of go away, it's always a challenge if the sun's out. But anyway, come along, we'll see what we can get, and yeah, so here we go. That chipmunk is not happy that I'm here. He has been yelling at me since I got here. Yeah, anyway, I didn't have to go very far to get a composition. Actually, the exact stump that I was doing my opening on, I turned around and saw this and went, oh, I could shoot this. Now the sun's coming out and it's getting a bit bright, but I've already gotten the shot, so I'm just going to talk you through, because the way it's working is when we have clouds, you got to shoot, because the sun is going to be soon to come back out. So, but I wanted to go ahead and run you through this, because I think this is going to actually be probably a good one. This is, let me make sure I get my focus on this. Okay, here we go. So make this brighter than it has to be, just so that you can see what's going on. But this is a great leading line into the whole thing. This beautiful stump just sits right here. It has all these wonderful trees coming out of it, and as you can see right in here, all these beautiful trees here, these are coming out of this one stump. And so I just think that's great, and it's definitely worthy of capture. This tree right here, the tree is wrapping around the other tree, and has actually it's dead. Actually it doesn't even, it goes up a little further and then it kind of just stumps out, which is unfortunate, but it's a beautiful, lovely shape here that I just want to go ahead and capture. So What I basically did was I did like an HDR, which we don't really do HDRs much anymore. I don't. I do HDRs every now and then, but I have to be real careful not to get that funky looking stuff that happens, you know, that we used to think was so great. And I guess it was for that time and what it was. But I am going to use an HDR type of technique. I'm just going to not make it at all HDR. It's just going to be a way to combine. I mean, as you can see, really dark here, really bright here, really bright here, really kind of dark down here. So in order to do this without having to go through and meticulously try to get this exposure blended, which might be a problem, I'm just going to shoot it in HDR and see if I can run it through the HDR software and see what happens. But the main thing I want out of this is going to be this texture in here. This is just such a wonderful, with all the moss and stuff. So. Just great. So, like I said, it's already been done, so here it is. I hope you like it. I have these wonderful red Rhodies here, and that's what kind of brought me over here, was I saw this wonderful color in these Rhodies. But then, as I was looking at this, I see up here, right there, we have this wonderful stump, nurse log, whatever it is, that has a whole bunch of trees coming, or young trees coming off of it. So it's a little dark, but I still think that my composition is going to be something like this, where I'm going to include the Rhodies here, and then back here in this area is where that wonderful tree stump is going to be. And all of these ferns here have these little hooks on them, and they're so wonderful. So F9, because that's sharp. It looks like I'm going to have to be at about 1/8 of a second, which is a little bit much, a little long for the wind, but I'll see. I'm probably going to have to crank up the ISO and try to get something a little bit faster so that I can stop the, oh, we got sun coming out. Let me get this before the sun comes out. Actually, the sun did come out, which may not be a bad thing, actually. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it just the way it is. I'm going to do a little focus stack here. Okay. Yeah, that puts a little bit of light, probably a little bit more light than I want, but I'm not blowing anything out, so why not? So we're going to go over here and get this here. Okay. Sun's not too harsh either. It's starting to go away. All right, so I think that's going to be it. I'll do one more focus way over here in the distance. It didn't move much, so probably, but okay. So let's go ahead and take our one with the faster shutter speed. So I'll go to ISO 800. Probably going to have to come down to about 5, 6. And we'll get about a 40th of a second. See how that goes. Okay. That's about it. 30th of a second. Should be enough to freeze everything. A little blowing out back there. Now this isn't going to have these flowers in focus, but they do look like they're still. So, okay. So let's see what that looks like. Hope it works out. Well, certainly not the best image I've ever taken, but not the worst either. I do like the 3D effect that the flowers have. That was baked into the raw file. I have done a little bit of extra sharpening on the flowers, and I have blurred out the background a little bit just to enhance it, but yeah, I was really surprised that the raw file would contain that much of a 3D effect. I think that's pretty cool. I do like those little hooks though on the ferns. If you like this one, let me know down in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. I thought it might be a nice dichotomy between the big grand landscape of Montana that we saw last time. Figured we kind of concentrate on the little things this time. You know, the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time, all right? Oh, by the way, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's great. Take care.